Most entrepreneurs hit a growth ceiling and immediately assume the only way to scale is to start a completely new company from scratch. But looking outward comes at a steep cost. It drains working capital, fractures management attention, and drives founders to burnout, all while they sit on top of unmonetized opportunities right next door. This blind spot is a symptom of business thinking. It happens when founders define their entire operation strictly by the single product they sell today. Look at a standard independent garage. If you ask the owner what business they are in, they will likely give you a product-based answer. I repair vehicles. By defining the company by the task of repair, the owner overlooks secondary revenue streams, like fleet maintenance, detailing, or annual memberships. They focus on today's transaction, while ignoring tomorrow's problem. The antidote to this trap is opportunity thinking. Instead of asking how to sell more of the exact same product, the entrepreneur asks, what business are you really in? If our garage owner shifts his core definition from vehicle repair to vehicle care, the landscape of his business changes. Suddenly, new possibilities appear for the people who already trust him. The shop can offer annual maintenance packages and roadside support. Restructuring the business around care transforms a one-off repair transaction into a recurring long-term relationship. To reliably find these adjacencies, you can use a structured framework called the 5x5 method to systematize the discovery of 25 hidden opportunities. The first engine looks at customer problems. By analyzing what your buyer does immediately before and after a purchase, you discover new markets. Titan tracked their watch customers' adjacent needs to build a portfolio covering jewelry, fragrances, and eye care. The second engine redesigns the product architecture. The goal here is moving from one-time transactions to recurring relationships. Adobe moved to a crowd-based model that now generates $19 billion in annual recurring revenue. The third engine audits unused assets, like brand trust. Marico leveraged their established distribution to build a digital-first food portfolio that now represents over 20% of their India business. Engines 4 and 5 explore new markets and partnerships. You take existing capabilities to B2B channels or partner with others to avoid heavy asset ownership. Swiggy used their logistics network and transaction data to launch Instamart, serving an entirely different customer need with the same infrastructure. This proves that innovation often means using the exact same core competence in a completely different configuration. To see how this works in practice, let's apply it to a traditional, mundane business, a standard local hardware store. We apply the 5x5 method, and the first wave of ideas surfaces: home delivery, installation services, corporate supply lines, and bundled LED upgrade packages. We add WhatsApp ordering, weekend rentals, private label consumables, and specialized B2B procurement until the board is full. All 25 of these distinct opportunities were already sitting inside that small shop. The owner just lacked the framework required to see them. Treat these 25 ideas as hypotheses to be tested, rather than a launch schedule. Attempting to execute all of them at once will dilute management attention and strain cash flow, risking the stability of the core company. You filter these options by scoring every idea on specific metrics. How intense is the customer pain? Do we already have the capability to execute? Can we test it quickly? This process compresses the list from 25 possibilities to 10 worth investigating, 5 that are strategically attractive, and 3 that are validated. This rigorous scoring isolates the single high-confidence idea ready for a pilot program. While generating 25 ideas creates strategic options, focus alone creates a sustainable business. In the pilot phase, the goal is to validate actual demand and delivery capability before committing heavy capital. Once a pilot proves successful, you have to define exactly how the work happens by building a standard operating procedure. You cannot safely digitize or scale a process that hasn't been standardized first. McDonald's achieved global dominance because they franchised measurable, repeatable systems, turning a specific way of working into a predictable revenue engine. Look deeper into your existing customers and assets before looking elsewhere. Training the mind to see 25 possibilities and the discipline to select and systemize one builds the real growth